Hi, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We Are All Psychic. And I sure think we're all psychic. Lisa, do you think we're all psychic? Yes, I still think we're all psychic. Now that that's out of the way, I am doing this podcast as kind of a special request, or I guess it's not a request, but one of the Everclear people, the people who work there, said they liked the podcasts about numerology and they were interested in hearing more about destiny and life path numbers. So I was going to do that in this podcast, talk about just the destiny and the life path numbers, a little bit about numerology. We do have a Numerology One podcast, and it talks about, I think it's just Misty and me. I believe we discussed the real basics of numerology. So I'm going to go over that in a kind of different way. So yeah, I got these. These are lapis lazuli rocks, and I have 9 of them. So what I'm going to do is go through the numbers in numerology and hold in one hand, in both hands, that number of stones. And the reason I picked lapis lazuli is because it's a great stone for communicating and written word, speech, anything like that. It's a great word. It's working. It's a great stone for communicating. So we'll start with the number 1. And we will talk about 0, but I'm going to get there last. So just a refresher on what the numbers mean. I'm going to give you what I always think of, like my catchphrases. So if I have one rock in my hand, 1 is the number of independence, individuality. It's a very strong number. It speaks of just you and what you're about. And if it comes up in a part of your life as to what you're about, it'll talk about how you put yourself first, but in a good way usually, or in a bad way. Numerology will tell you. But it usually talks about how you use your number as well, or the choices you have with these influences of these numbers and the vibrations they incur in your life. And the reason I wanted to hold the stone is to see if I feel any kind of vibration while holding a number, like a 1 object. Because numbers are concepts for this, 1. And the concept of 1 object is this. I'm going to hold it. So 1, independence, just 1 person. And it also is an angel number. People see 1s, repeating 1s. A lot of times they're angel. We see repeating 1s when they first start noticing things aren't coincidences. We'll put it that way. Maybe answering yes to the question at the beginning of this podcast. So that's what 1 is about. And then if you have, this is what we'll tell you how to use the numbers in a minute. I will, but I'm just telling you what they mean right now. If you have 2, we have the vibration of compassion and cooperation, and sometimes codependence is a negative. 2 is also complementary. Or very, very nice number. It's easy. A lot of like tarot, the numbers that are even numbered are more laid back than the, I guess the way to put it, than the odd numbers. So I've got 2. What am I feeling in this 2? Feels like there's 2 1s. So now I'll do 3 lapis right here in my hand. You can see them. Oops. 3 lapis. I got a bad hand tremor today. I did get diagnosed with POTS officially at the Vanderbilt place yesterday. Or I got the diagnosis today, though. I did a tilt test. That's a little aside. But 3 is about inspiring the energy, inspiration, creativity. Think of the Empress card in the tarot, if you know tarot. 3. It's the magic number. Man and a woman had a little baby. There were 3 in the family. This is my Flight Melon impression. It's terrible. So 3 is also the number of creation, creating things out of nothing. And it's not a number of destruction, though. It's just creating. And artists have this number in their numerology a lot in different specific places. And so do people who are extremely good with science. Not really. You got to be a creative thinker, right? So then we have 4. The number 4. See us holding 4 here. 4 is like a number of service. I think of that as the angel number. If you see 4s, like if you see 3 4s or something, or 4 4s, or like a whole bunch of 4s, I feel like that's the angels, definitely. And the 3s are the ascended master. So 4s will be more of a calming influence, and it's a number of service. but you want to do the service. It's kind of like if you were to equate it to in the workforce, is doing the legwork to get to the position you really want. And it's also, you really like doing the legwork because it's for what you believe in, that service. So we got 5. 5 is the number. We got 5 stones. It is the number of change. And change is pretty much all you really need to know about 5. Change, lots of change, all kinds of changes, any kind of change. And the only other thing I really think about with 5s is it's fast, very fast. And then we have 6 little leppies. 6 little leppies. Whoops, they keep falling out when I try to show them to you because I'm on my iPad. My computer had an update that was going to take 50 million years. I think I have to get a new computer. So now we have 6. And I love 6 because 6 is the number of love and duty. So 6 vibrates with the vibration of love, like unconditional divine love. And duty that you came here to do, stuff you have to do because you want to, because you chose to, maybe. That's if you look at it that way. And then we have 7. 7 is, put them together. We got 7 lepers. 7 sevens together. This is a number of active waiting. It's a number of philosophies and religions and magic. And it's also luck in numerology. It can be luck. It shows psychic ability sometimes in some places in numerology because it's someone who understands the mysteries if they have 7s in certain places in their charts. And then we have 8. We got the 8 lapis. And this is the number of power, self-empowerment, being your own boss, being the best at what you do, knowing you really well, and being at the top, being a leader. It's a great number. And it's a great number for business. You get that 8. You feel me getting excited. I love business. I'm like, 8, I feel powerful. It does do something. I don't know. No holding a certain number of rocks would do stuff like this, but that's kind of cool. And then we have 9. And this will be a 9 lapis lazulis. And these are 9, and 9 is the number of giving back, and it's the number of doing it all for everybody. Doing it all for my baby, and her baby, and her baby, and her baby, and his baby, and their baby. It does it for everybody. They give back to everybody. They're here to learn and share their wisdom, if that's their life path, but we'll get to that. And that's, I'm trying to lead into that life path and destiny numbers. So you find your life path number by adding up all the numbers of your birthday. So like mine is April 30th, 1975. If I write that out, I would do 4/30, 1975. I would add 4 plus 3, which is 7 plus 0. Oh, I didn't talk about 0. We'll talk about 0 in a minute. This is just 0. So 4 plus 3, 7. 7 plus 0, 7. 7 plus 1, 8. 8 plus 9, 17. 17 plus 7 is 24. 24 plus 5 is 29. So 29, 2 plus 9 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I'm going to let 29/11/2. That's how they write that in numerology. And so that as my life path number means that I'm here a master teacher. Or I'm here to learn the master lessons. I don't know what it is, but I'm loving it so far. At first I didn't, but now it's okay, I guess. Sometimes I really feel like I have 2 people in me. Like I can do these videos and I'm talking to the other me. But just a quick jump back for a minute. I want to talk about 0. I'm not holding anything when I talk about 0. In numerology, the only places I see zeros are in breaking down the numbers, of course, and in what they call the challenges. Or in, challenges is what they call them in the program I use. And these are periods of your life where you're trying to learn specific lessons. And if I see zeros, what that means is that you can do whatever you want during that period. Some people have, like Ryan, who's a regular guest on this podcast, in his numerology, he had zeros for all his challenges. I just had them for the last half of my life. And my zeros in my challenges started, I want to say when I was 46, I think it was that year, in 2020. Everything started in 2020 for me in my numerology. Like everything changed again. And it doesn't change very often until you're older, which is weird because like the first maybe 30, 35 years of your life, nothing happens in numerology. Not much. Then when you get older, it's lots of stuff to play with. So your life path is how you get to your destiny, and that's why you're here, right? Yeah, you're here for your destiny. So, like if you are I'll go through them. Well, first of all, let me tell you how you get your destiny number. You have to add up the letters in your name. What? Math, numbers, letters, what the? So all the letters in the alphabet just go along in order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G with the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is A, B, C, D, E. And it goes like that all the way to the end of the alphabet. And that'll go to 26. So when you get to 27, you just go back up to A. So that's how you do the alphabet numbers. And so I'm not really sure. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm not good at it. But if you don't understand my explanation for that, either listen to the old podcast or look it up, because I'm terrible at explaining that particular point. But you will add up these letters of your full name for your destiny. And mine was a 3. So mine is to inspire the energy and to get people excited about what they're doing. And I love doing that. I love getting people excited and showing them their potential and getting them out there and getting them doing what they want to do, because there's just a lot of people who are afraid to do what they want to do. I was like that. And the only thing holding me back from anything is me, really, I guess, kind of, And here comes Gandalf. Who's your Gand? So let's see. Let's go through the destiny and life paths. So if your destiny, if your life, let's do. So your life path takes you to your destiny. It's really interesting because you have to figure out, that's a good way to figure out what your career is, what you're here for. So I would say being a podcaster is close to what I'm doing about a psychic podcast or a religious podcast, being an 11-2 with 0 challenge right now, and 5 maturity with, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, destiny 3. Life path 11-2. So I got to be teaching or learning, and I'm trying to learn so that I can teach. And same with the master number 33-6, which you might hear of. 33/6. And that person will be a master teacher number 2. And I feel so sad. I don't know the difference really, but they seem to have harder lives than the 11-2s to me. It seem like they have a really hard time. Are they really misunderstood or something? Or they get the hard lessons? And there's also another master number is 22, 22-4, and that is the master builder. I have to ask some people who are 22-4 master builders what that's like, but I don't know. I don't know what they build or anything. I'm not sure what they do, but they must do wonderful things because they're masters. So number 1, life path, Gandalf is wanting to be on the podcast really badly. He wants to make everything go boom. So let's see, life path number 1. You will be driven to lead. You'll be driven to succeed. You'll have a lot of confidence with life path number 1. You will succeed with life path number 1, most likely. With life path number 2, you will want to be a companion to somebody. You will want to do something with someone. You may have a tendency to feel like being alone sucks. But with 2, your life path is really dedicated to working with other people and being very compassionate and cooperative with people. And that's how you get to your destiny. And then with life path 3, I guess you would say you are to be inspiring the people and giving people ideas for what they can do with their life and making them feel better and stuff like that. So with 3, that's how you would be going about your life to fulfill whatever destiny you may have. You'd be inspiring people, and it would give you what you're here for, or get you where you're supposed to go. And in life path 4, you're of service in some way. So you might be like in work, you might be a manager or something, but you may touch 1 million lives that way. You may be an angel in disguise in hospice. And let's say you have life path 5. Life path 5 can be full of changes and dynamic and all kinds of exciting things happening to you constantly. And if you don't like changes and or excitement, you're not going to like 5. But if it's good changes, you're probably like 5, maybe. I don't know. It's just who you are if you like 5 or not. But it's changes. And if your life path is 6, then love. takes you where you want to go. Doing things that you feel like you're supposed to do and what you want to do, like really hard with all your heart. That's a 6 life path. So if you're a 7 life path, you're really motivated by like history. You're motivated by humanity and what we do, what we're about, what the mysteries are. Why are we here? Those big questions. And education too, and philosophies. And you will get to your destiny that way. And if you are a life path 8, then you will be like 1, a leader. But 1 is more like the entrepreneur. 8 is more like the head of the big corporation, or not like necessarily the owner of the cafe, but maybe like the manager or the best waiter there or something. So that's 8. And the way so if you're an 8, you would be leading in some way a group of people or groups of thought or groups of something to your destiny. And if you have life path 9, your destiny, you're going to get to your destiny by giving back to the world without expectation of anything in return. That's a hard thing to get to, but you'll get there. So what about your destiny? What does that mean? Oh my gosh. Mixing the two together is just the tip of the iceberg for numerology. So first of all, we'll talk about the destinies. So if you are destiny 1, your destiny lies in improving yourself in some way, getting to know yourself, being your best self. If your destiny is 2, then perhaps your destiny is to build some kind of community with 1 person, 2 people, a family, that kind of family vibe, right? And if your destiny is 3, it is maybe to be somebody who's like a cheerleader of some sort, a patron, or maybe you would be Walt Disney. You bet he's a 3. Because there's so many creative people in the 3s. I mean, that would be their destiny. It would be actor, director, and that would also be with 8. If that makes sense. So destiny 4 would be something where like you serve whatever it is your highest ideal is. Whatever your highest ideal in life is, that's what you're serving for your destiny. And if your destiny is 5, then you're kind of here to change something, and your destiny is here to, depending on your other numbers, it'll tell you what you're here to change. And then if 6 is your destiny number, you're here to fall in love or to do a duty to a parent sometimes. That can sometimes be like you take care of people all your life and you love it and you meant to, you're a healer. And if you get 7 for your destiny, you are a teacher, you are a professor, you're a philosopher, maybe a doctor if you really like medicine. You have to like medicine to fit in that category. And if you are an 8, like I was saying, you might be, let's say, the actor or something, the one who is, I think the actor might be like 1, so the band would be 8, and another 8 would be, let's see if I got something nice. Get it. So if you're a 9, then, an 8, I'm sorry. So if you're an 8, then it would be like the band. And it could be like the Senate. You're in the Senate. You're not the president, but you're in the Senate. President's number 1. Or you're on the big basketball team, but you're not Steve Nash or something. I don't know. They had a great dream team. But then, you can look at 9, and your destiny being 9 would be like to somehow change the world in a way something you contribute to the band. To the band. I don't know why I said to the band. Well, you contribute to the world. Or the band, if that's your world. Something of you that lasts forever and changes everything for some reason. So there's some number stuff for you to think about. And, and something about lapis lazuli that you may not have known. That you can play with it and it'll make you communicate better, possibly. And I do want to talk about 0 for a second. 0 is supposed to be the God force. I think I did mention this earlier. The God force number, the anything goes number. If you see 0 in your numerology, you have options. You have more power or control, according to numerology, over your life than you think, which we all do anyway. So thank you so much. And thank you, Everclear. Everclear is my sponsor. Everclear.com. It is an advice app and website where you can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And I'm an advisor on Everclear under the name Lisa P. Lisa P. Leesap. And lastly, thank you, listeners and watchers. We love you, Misty. I say we because Misty's part of this, and she's always here, even if she isn't. And Misty says she loves you. Wait, I hear her. She says she loves you. And I love you too. And everybody have a wonderful time wherever you may be. Mm-hmm. Peace out.